Every day, thousands of people give up on finding their voice. They stumble through a presentation or freeze when it's their turn to speak, and they decide that's just who they are. That communication just isn't their thing. But here's what I need you to understand. Great communicators aren't born, they're built. And right now, you're in the most important phase of that building process, the invisible growth phase that happens before every breakthrough. I'm going to be real with you. Whether you're a teenager trying to find confidence in your voice, an entrepreneur pitching your first idea, or a seasoned speaker who still gets nervous before taking the stage, the struggle is the same. Communication takes time. It takes practice. And in that time, it's incredibly easy to get discouraged, to compare yourself to that smooth-talking person in your class or that charismatic speaker on stage and think, I'll never be like that. But I want to share something with you that will help you know exactly where you are in your journey and how you can change everything.
Growing your communication skills is like planting a tree. When you plant a tree, you water it, you give it sunlight, you tend to it every single day. But for months, sometimes years, you see almost nothing happening above ground. You might wonder if anything's even growing at all. But beneath the surface, something powerful is happening. The tree is developing its root system, building its foundation, gathering the strength it needs to one day stand tall and bear fruit. This is exactly how communication growth works. Every conversation you push yourself to have, even the awkward ones, you're building roots. Every time you speak up when it would be easier to stay silent, you're gathering strength. But the hard part about this process is that you can't see the roots growing. You only feel the discomfort of the moment. You only hear your voice crack or see someone look confused when you're trying to explain something. And it's so easy to think, this isn't working. I'm not getting better. Maybe I'm just not meant to be good at this. But those uncomfortable moments aren't failures. They're rather your roots spreading.
Just a second. If you're still watching till now, then it shows that you genuinely care about this. So prove it by hitting that like and subscribe buttons for me and sending this to one person who needs it. Not 10 people, just one. Let's help more people. Now let's go back to our video.
Let me tell you something I've never really talked about publicly. There was a season in my life when I couldn't even handle a simple hello in public, especially when it came from a lady. I was extremely shy. I'd see my classmates, those people I looked up to, speaking confidently among their peers, and I'd wonder what was wrong with me. Why couldn't I just be like them? Why did every interaction feel like I was failing some test I didn't know how to study for? The self-doubt was crushing. I questioned everything about myself. But here's what happened. After college, I started noticing something. Tiny shifts I couldn't quite pinpoint. And slowly, I began to understand something that changed everything. Being confident didn't mean burying who I was. It meant expressing the beauty of being myself. I wasn't broken. I was special. I just needed to stop trying to be someone else and start communicating as me. That realization changed everything. Not overnight, but gradually. Every uncomfortable hello I pushed myself through, every conversation where I showed up as myself instead of trying to copy someone else, they were all building something beneath the surface. This is what consistent practice does. Not overnight magic. It's a gradual, invisible transformation that one day you finally feel.
So how do you actually survive this uncomfortable season of your journey to be that communicator you admire? Here are 3 strategies that have worked for me and countless people I've coached. First, redefine what success means. Stop measuring yourself by whether you sounded perfect. Instead, celebrate speaking up when you normally wouldn't have, making eye contact for longer than usual, explaining something more clearly than last time, having a difficult conversation instead of avoiding it. These are the real wins. These are the roots growing. Second, find your communication community. Connect with others on the same journey. Join a speaking club, find a practice partner, or even just talk to friends who are also working on their communication. When you're struggling, they'll remind you why it matters. When they're struggling, you'll do the same. Third, create with intention. Don't just practice mindlessly. Before every conversation or presentation, ask yourself, what's the one thing I want them to feel or understand? Even in casual conversations, this intention transforms how you communicate.
I don't know you or where you are in your journey, but this is what I really want to tell you. Your voice matters more than you know. Right now, someone needs to hear exactly what you have to say. Someone needs your perspective in that meeting. Someone needs you to pitch that idea. Someone needs you to lead that conversation. Someone needs you to speak that truth, but they haven't heard it yet. Not because you don't have something valuable to say, but because you're still building the confidence and skills to say it effectively. Your job isn't to be perfect tomorrow. Your job is to keep showing up, keep practicing, keep speaking, keep nurturing your communication skills until they become second nature. The conversations you're having today, the awkward ones, the imperfect ones, they're creating the roots for your future breakthrough. The growth you can't see is still growth.